My hands didn't tremble. Not this time. Be careful, I said softly. Ghosts tend to linger where wrong has been done. She rolled her eyes and turned away. That night, I couldn't sleep. My room was cold, my bones ached. I sat on the edge of the bed for a long time, listening to the silence downstairs, wondering how many more times I would be made to feel invisible before I finally disappeared. And then I remembered Dustin's eyes. Let her think she's winning, he had said. The moment she believes she's safe is when she'll show her real face. He was right. The real face arrived the following night. I was reaching for a spoon from the drawer when Layla stormed into the kitchen. She had Walter's favorite cardigan in her arms, covered in red wine. She was furious, muttering curses under her breath. When she saw me, standing quietly by the sink, she paused. "What are you staring at?" she hissed. I didn't answer. She stepped closer. "I asked you a question." Still, I said nothing. "You think just because you birthed Dustin, you have some eternal claim on this house?" she snapped. "You're a relic, April. A prop. I'm the one Walter trusts now. I'm the one who's building a future with your family. You're just in the way." I turned to face her fully. "And what does that make you, Layla? The mother-in-law of your lover?" Her face went pale, then red, then hard. She stepped forward and slapped me across the cheek. Not a tap, not a brush. A full, open-handed slap that snapped my head sideways. The kitchen went silent. I didn't cry. I didn't flinch. I slowly turned back to her, pressing my palm to the warmth rising on my cheek. She stood over me, chest heaving. "Don't you ever speak to me like that again." I smiled, not kind, not warm, cold. I looked her right in the eyes and said, "You'll regret this. Not because I'll fight you, but because you don't know how many days I have left to observe." I turned my back and walked out of the room. In my bedroom, I sat down, opened my old flip phone, the one no one knew I kept in the sewing basket, and typed out a single message to Dustin. She struck me. No response. Just the 3 dots, blinking. Then he replied, "Thank you. We're ready now." I placed the phone on the nightstand. I lay down with the sting still blooming on my cheek and the taste of copper behind my teeth. Let her think she had won. Because when the time came, I would make sure she remembered that slap. I would make sure she remembered who she struck, not a frail old woman, but the only person in this house who still knew the truth. It was a Thursday afternoon in early spring when Walter made his grand announcement. He gathered us in the living room, me, Dustin, and Layla, and stood tall with a paper